Hello and happy vernal equinox or close to it. If you're coming from my cloth video, I wanted to add one point, which is that when you do a reading, when you're using a cloth, um, there is value in using a cloth that's out of sight or that you don't see every day, infrequently. Like I've had this cloth sitting in a drawer since the last time I did a video actually. So when I pull it out, it's like, oh wow, I haven't seen this in a while. Like there's a noticeable shift in my mindset. Whereas if I had this laying out or even just laying in view on my coffee table here for the last couple months, that shift wouldn't be as possible as powerful because it's already in my awareness. And it's like, okay, well now I'm using that. Because that's just another simple psychology trick. We take things for granted naturally because we adapt to things that were always around us, always aware of. So when we take something out that hasn't been used for a while, our mind thinks, oh wow, that's a special thing. Okay? So we're going to do another live reading. I've liked the trend we've had with this deck, for the Wheel of the Year especially because the spring equinox is an important time for Halcyon. I've mentioned this in other videos. So let's see. All right. We didn't get a Major Arcana this time, but we got the Nine of Arrows. Let's focus on that a little bit. Dedication. Now this is an interesting reading in this deck because in other decks, the Nine of Arrows or the Nine of Air element can represent the last warning, the last chance before you get to the 10. And the 10 is not a pleasant card in most decks in this suit. And in this deck, dedication is what you need to do to avoid that card. So instead of a warning, it's more of a pathway of discipline, of learning how to commit yourself to an art. And what I've always liked about this image is that she's like playing the bow like a violin, so it's not so much even about discipline and dedication to an art as it is taught, but also how you make use in your own creativity, your own pathway of a skill or an art. Yeah. So we'll go for the next reading, part of the reading. Okay. So cards that jump out at you, there's a lot of theories about them. One is that they're very important, they're wanting to get your attention. So we'll read them both. And we'll read them in this order. This is how I saw them. I got the cards Four of Air, Postponement, and also the Tortoise, Slowing Down. So we're going to have a 3-card reading. Now this postponement in this deck is, again, the air card, or the clouds as they're called in this Zen deck, is really about why do we put things off? Why do we always make this bright future out there ahead of us? That's when we're going to be colorful and joyful. Once we get to that, that's when we'll enjoy life. That's when things will be better. I just have to get through this gray, mundane drudgery. And what I love about this reading is look at the color. It's almost like it's not even about, oh, just doing what you said you're going to do now. That's the traditional reading of this card. It's more about if you slow down, the colors all around you. The beauty of this moment is what you've been waiting for. So this is the Night of Rainbows. And then you have to put them all together. So the dedication, it's almost like, oh, well, once I get good at this, that's when things will be better. That's when I'll have arrived. That's when I'll be transformed. You know, you can even think of it as spiritual practice. Like, okay, once I reach this level of a certain practice, that's when things will be colorful. And the advice is if we slow down and take a tortoise pace, this moment, this day is precious. This is all beautiful right here where we're at. I know this can be a powerful reminder at this time of spring when things start to speed up, especially in my life. That slowing down and experiencing the journey for what it is going to be of utmost importance. So it was a little bit of a different reading. I know we normally do Major Arcana, but the cards had a different idea this time. So hope that was useful, and you have a wonderful rest of your spring. Thank you for listening.